The Model I is Glorious's answer to the Logitech G502, but how does it stack up? Let's find out. But before that, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. What is Surfshark? Surfshark allows you to browse the internet safely and securely by encrypting your internet traffic and using a safe, protected IP. It also allows you to access geo-restricted content and bypass government restrictions. Learn how to secure your digital life and get a massive 83% off plus an extra 3 months free by using the coupon code TechArc at checkout, or click the link in the description below. First up is the unboxing, and the box is quite simplistic. It shows some branding and info on the mouse. When you open the box, you are greeted with the mouse and its attached ascended cable. Underneath the mouse is the extra magnetic detachable buttons. We'll talk about that later, along with the Glorious sticker and some paperwork. Next up is the design, and the Model I feels really good considering that it weighs 69 grams. Now it might not be exactly 69 grams, it depends on the calibration of the scale you're using, but it's probably close. The Model I comes standard with 2 extra buttons on the top and 4 buttons on the side, not including the obvious mouse buttons. All of the buttons are programmable, which I'll get to later. Not only are they programmable, but the thumb button, also known as the sniper button, and backmost side buttons are removable and replaceable with the extra buttons included in the box. It comes with 2 extra types for both buttons, a more outward button and one that completely flattens the button so you can't press it. It's a pretty cool feature, but I did find it was a bit hard to remove it with my hands, so I had to use a plastic pry tool, but even then it was a tad hard to get them out. Also note, you cannot remove the other buttons on the mouse. Trust me, I tried. The mouse is pretty large, obviously, given this is a more ergo-focused gaming mouse for medium to large hands. It's 128mm in length, 74mm in width, and 42mm in height, which is pretty large. Its size is comparable to the G502, but only slightly longer and wider, while being shorter. A major difference between these mice is the Model I is more streamlined, with curved contours than the G502's sharp edges, giving it a more elegant feel. The Model I also doesn't come with 2 edge buttons on the top, but comes with an extra button on the side. The Model I also doesn't include the dual mode scroll wheel like on the G502, to change between a smooth mode and a more standard mode, which is a bummer. I would have liked to see that in the Model I. However, they compensated by putting an extra button where the scroll wheel switcher would be on the G502. In total, it's the same number of extra buttons, just in different spots. Another big difference between the Model I and the G502 is of course its weight. As said before, it's 69 grams, which is much lighter than the G502 without the attached weights. The mouse also includes their standard ascended cable, which is a nice quality braided, flexible cable that is also very lightweight, which is a plus. Next up is the sound test, in which we'll show the clickiness of the Omron switches and how much the mouse creaks on the plastics. Next up is the sensor, feet, and performance. Of course, the Model Y comes with Glorious's BAM sensor, which goes all the way up to a staggering 19,000 dpi, which is insane. Its 1 millisecond response time is also pretty good. I noticed it was very snappy and responsive while using the mouse. The Model Y comes standard in the box with their G-skates pre-applied, which are 100% PTFE, and let me tell you, these slide great, especially on their stealth mousepad. It took me a while to get used to the shape of the mouse coming from my Model Y wireless, which is my daily driver, but once you get used to it, it's good. It's extremely accurate due to the BAM sensor glides well to tap heads. The Model Y supports Glorious Core, making it the only wired mouse from Glorious that supports it. It easily allows you to change the lighting modes, which include Glorious mode, seamless breathing, single color breathing, single, rave, wave, and LED off. You can also change the brightness and speed for some lighting modes. You can also change things about the sensor like debounce time, polling rate, and of course DPI, but also lift off distance, which is pretty cool. You can set 4 different DPI stages, but you can also set a color for each DPI stage, which applies to the bottom RGB LED. This is a pretty cool feature, one that you don't often see on gaming mice. You can also change all of the buttons on the mouse, including the side buttons with macros, media keys, etc. And you can add up to 3 profiles, which you can switch between if you set them to a button. Last up is the conclusion, and I gotta say this is another excellent mouse from Glorious. Its build quality surprised me considering its 69 gram weight. It felt excellent in my hand even though it took a while to get used to due to its shape coming from the Model Y wireless. Glorious's BAM sensor is extremely accurate and responsive as always, and the Model Y slides excellently on their stealth mousepad due to the PTFE feet. Although I did think its lack of switching mode scroll wheel was a bit of a bummer. That would have been nice to include. The magnetic detachable switches do make up for that, but remember you can only remove the backmost and sniper button, which again was a bit of a downside. Aside from those little shortcomings, there isn't much else to complain about here. It's just another excellent mouse from Glorious. Would I suggest buying this over the G502X? Your choice. If you like more lightweight mice, then this is for you. But if you want a heavier mouse, then go for the G502 or G502X. However, the Model Y is significantly less expensive than the G502X, but the older G502 is comparable in price to the Model Y. And of course it's way cheaper than the G502X Plus, which is wireless though, but I hope Glorious comes out with a Model I wireless. That would be great. Anyways guys, that's all for today. Make sure to like and subscribe and watch this video right here.